It's Desert's Best Mix, Mix 100.5. It is Brian Stage Garrison on the line right now from Bachelor Nation. I got my buddy Jared on the line. How are you, my friend?
Dude, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing really good. You are 4 good sleeps in your lull bed away from Super Bowl Sunday. Are you excited?
And I am pumped, man. So I'm a diehard Patriots fan. I was born and raised in New England. And so it's like just another year in the Super Bowl for us. This is a routine type thing, so I'm just excited about the game. Like the week leading up, I used to be excited about watching Media Day and all that hoopla, but now it's like, all right, let's just get to the game here.
Now, can you believe this is what, the 8th Super Bowl with the Brady and Belichick combo? This would be number 6 if he wins. These records are ridiculous.
Yeah, it's absurd. It just keeps going. And like the thing is too, it doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. Like I know Brady's 40, he's going to be 41 this coming up year. Belichick is getting up there, but the thing is, like, they're still just the best team in the AFC, so I don't see it ending for a couple more years. So this would be the 8th Super Bowl, which is crazy if you think about it. Like, because Brady didn't play in 2000. He started in 2001, and then in 2008, he was hurt the entire year with that knee injury. So Brady's been a starter for 16 seasons, and he's been to 8 Super Bowls, which means that every other year, Tom Brady is the starter in the Super Bowl, which is insane when you think about it.
These are stats that we are never, ever going to see in our lifetime again. So the way you're talking is you've got no fear of Josh McDaniels going to Indianapolis.
No, it's like, it reminds me again of 2004, because in 2004 we were going 3 out of 4. This year we're going to try to win 3 out of 4. That year we lost our offensive coordinator, Charlie Weiss, our defensive coordinator, Romeo Cornell. This year we're losing Josh McDaniels to Indianapolis, who's our offensive coordinator. We're losing Matt Patricia, who's our defensive coordinator. It looks like he's going to be the head coach of the Detroit Lions. So I feel like it's a mirror image of that. And while we didn't win a Super Bowl for 10 years after 2004, we were still in it twice. We were in the AFC Championship a couple times. We were always contenders. So, like, it sucks. Like, I don't want to lose Josh McDaniels. I think he's a good offensive coordinator. But the thing is, as long as you still have Tom Brady and Tom Brady's playing well, we're still going to have a really good offense. And honestly, with the defensive loss in Matt Patricia, like, it hurts a little bit, but we all know that the defensive genius is Bill Belichick, so I feel like we're going to be just fine.
Now, are you amazed how it's always the next man up? It seems like no matter if you lose a player to injury or free agency or a trade, Belichick is literally the Lombardi of this era. It's just the next man up, and you guys never lose a step.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, like, there's been a lot of questionable decisions within, like, Belichick's general manager position, like whether it be free agency or draft picks. But the thing is, Bill Belichick, the coach, I feel like could coach up anybody because you're right. It's always the next man up. Like, even in this run, they haven't had the best defenses, and they still make do. Like last year, we still gave up 28 points to the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl and still ended up pulling it out. I mean, it's just always the next man up. There's been 2 consistencies throughout this entire run, and that's been Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And as long as you have those two, and as long as they're at the top of their game, I don't think the Patriots are going anywhere.
Now, there's 2 teams playing on Sunday. Of course, we're talking about the Patriots. I got Jared on the line from Bachelor Nation. They're taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, when Carson Wentz went down, I had all the faith in the world with Nick Foles. He's a solid quarterback, but on paper, I'm still shocked that the Eagles are in this game.
I mean, I'm shocked too, but I actually picked the Eagles to beat Minnesota in the NFC Championship game because I just felt like, as good as Minnesota was, it just seemed like, let's be honest, for me personally, I just felt like a down year in the NFL. Like, in the AFC, you really had the Patriots and then everybody else, because the Steelers, I think the Steelers are probably the most talented team in the AFC, but they just always make dumb decisions, and that showed up when they played Jacksonville. And so you really only have the Patriots in the NFC that's like a true Super Bowl contender. And then in the NFC, like, you know, Case Keenum, I don't really have that much faith in. Minnesota's defense is great, but, you know, let's be honest. And then, you know, I honestly thought, you know, once Drew Brees went out and Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons went out, I was like, I feel like Philadelphia is going to probably make it to the Super Bowl with Nick Foles. And the thing is, when you really think about it, it's crazy, because if the Patriots end up winning the Super Bowl, in order to win the Super Bowl in the playoffs, they would have had to beat Marcus Mariota, Blake Bortles, and Nick Foles. Not really the cream of the crop.
I totally agree with that. Now, does anything on Philadelphia scare you as a Patriots fan?
Totally. Their defensive line, you know, Fletcher Cox is a beast. And so Brady's always been known, listen, if you can pressure him up the middle and get him off his spot, then Brady has been known to be human at times. And so I think the Eagles have the capability of doing that. And so we'll just see. And I think also you don't need the best cornerbacks in the NFL in order to cover the Patriots wide receivers, because as much as I love guys like Danny Amendola and Chris Hogan, you know, they can get jammed at the line. And so as long as you have an okay secondary, you're going to be just fine. So while Philly's weakness is in the back four, the defensive back, they'll be just fine back there. So I think the Eagles' defense can propose some problems to the Patriots' offense. It just all depends if Philadelphia can make the plays and make the decisions necessary to win the game in the last 5 minutes. Because I think it's going to be a close game. The Patriots Super Bowls are notoriously known as being close, going down to the wire. So it's all going to be really, who's going to win the game in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the Super Bowl. And if I'm a betting man, of course I'm going to put my money on Brady and Belichick.
Have you thought about being an ESPN analyst, Jared? Because I'm telling you, this sounds like an amazing football segment right now. It really does.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I'll look into it. ESPN, Disney, ABC, they're kind of affiliated. So, yeah, maybe I'll just send out a letter.
No, seriously. I mean, forget the roses. I know, Ashley, she's doing Access Hollywood, but I think ESPN is in the cards for you, Jared. You got this thing down to a T. Like, you know your football.
I do. I know my football pretty well. So maybe we'll see. We'll see what the future has to bring. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Now, quick thing. I know you're a football fan. A big trade. I'm a huge Redskins fan, and we were in the news last night. Alex Smith traded from the Chiefs to the Redskins. Do you have any input on that?
I mean, listen, I think it's smart on both sides because, honestly, I don't think Kirk Cousins is a franchise quarterback. I think Kirk Cousins and Alex Smith are probably very similar. Maybe Kirk Cousins is a little bit better, but the fact is, are you going to win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins? I'm not really sure, so I don't mind Washington moving on from him. And with Alex Smith, Alex Smith is your prototypical game manager, check-down type of quarterback, and so he's a little bit cheaper than what Kirk Cousins would have cost you on the free agent market, so I think it's not a bad move for Washington to have Alex Smith still be a contender and hopefully draft the next guy to hopefully be your future franchise quarterback. Because right now, I don't think you have any young guys at that position. At least I'm not that I'm aware of.
No, our backup is Colt McCoy for the most part, so there is no backup at this point.
So it's not bad. Go for a cheaper option. Get a veteran in there. Alex Smith's a good quarterback. He'll keep it. You guys will be a contender next year with him as your quarterback. Draft the next guy, build him up, and hopefully 2 to 3 years, you have your franchise quarterback moving forward.
It always seems like football season goes by so quickly. Like baseball season drags on forever. The NBA goes on forever. What is it with football? It's like 17 weeks, boom, gone. It's crazy.
It's just the best product on TV. Like there's nothing that beats, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge sports fan. I love baseball, basketball, hockey, so on and so forth. But there's nothing better than sitting down on the couch on Sunday and watching football all day and all night. It's just the best product. The TV broadcast of it, there's nothing that can compare. And so we'll see. That's why it flies by. It's once a week. The anticipation builds up. Granted, you have like Thursday night football, Monday night football, but really the best day of the week is Sunday. So I think that's why it flies by because it's the best product on TV.
We've got Super Sunday this Sunday. The New England Patriots against the Philadelphia Eagles. I got Jared on the line right now. Now, last question: where are you going to be watching the game this Sunday?
I'm not sure. So I'm in Los Angeles right now. So it's my first year not being in New England for a Super Bowl, so that kind of kills my heart a little bit. I was debating flying home, but I'm going home later in February anyway, so I couldn't make it work. And so I'm going to be in Los Angeles watching the game. I wish I was home with my friends and family, like in Rhode Island, in Providence, like in the heart of New England. But, I'll make do over here. We'll see. Maybe I'll go to a friend's house and probably have some sort of Super Bowl party. None of my friends are really diehard Patriot fans, so we'll see. Maybe I'll just Skype in with my friends back home and spend the entire time watching the game with them.
Well, we've got Pink doing the national anthem. Kickoff is going to be at 3:30 p.m. this Sunday, February the 4th. It is Super Bowl Sunday. And, of course, we've got the Patriots and the Eagles. Justin Timberlake bringing Sexy back during halftime. We both wish it was Rob Thomas, but we'll have to do with Justin Timberlake.
I know. Listen, one of these days, I'm telling you, Matchbox 20, they got to get him. But you know what's so funny about Justin Timberlake doing the halftime show? The last time the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots played in the Super Bowl was 13 years ago, back in February 2005. And guess who was the halftime show then?
Let me guess.
None other than Justin Timberlake.
Was this the Janet Jackson year?
That was the Janet Jackson year. So it's kind of crazy that 13 years later, here we go. Justin Timberlake's doing the halftime show, and we have the Patriots and the Eagles back in the Super Bowl.